Thank you very much. And it is my joy, my honor to be here at the Parliament of World Religions, and I absolutely accepted the invitation to speak. And I appreciate the field that is being created here, as I like to say, a field that is as rich and as real as magnetism, as gravity, a field that we can't see, but a field of love and compassion and intelligence that's pulling us out of the lesser frequencies of worry, doubt, fear, separation, and the not enoughness. It is clear, of course, that there are staggering statistics as to those who are dying daily for a lack of food and water and in shelter. The statistics are staggering regarding individuals who are living in extreme poverty through not only the United States, but throughout the entire globe. And it behooves us as individuals of faith, individuals who are doing deep inner spiritual work, and individuals who are out in the trenches, making a mighty difference for the so-called disenfranchised, to create a new narrative by which we do our work. For it is the narrative by which we live that determines our perception, determines our thinking, and ultimately determines our action. And so when we speak of the narrative of the Western way of a success, we know that that has to change. And it has come to me that there are at least three modalities of success. There is the success 1.0. Success 1.0 is I get rich. And that carries, of course, mass consumption, consumerism, a sense of elitism, a sense of separation, that mindset which tears down rainforests, which pollutes the environment, which strip mines the world, which creates nuclear weapons and weapons sold on the black market, so to speak. I get rich is a narrative that must dissolve, must disintegrate, must be rolled up in a scroll that is no longer utilized by individuals that are sane and sound of mind. End of that narrative. The next narrative that's a little bit higher is I get rich and become a philanthropist. That's success 2.0. It's a little bit better than success 1.0, but still carries the stigma of elitism, still carries the stigma of separation, the looking down upon the brothers and sisters who have less. I'm going to get rich, and then I'm going to give one day when I think I have enough to give. That success 3.0 still carries consumption, still carries consumerism, still carries a separation. That too is rolling up in a scroll that no longer serves us to become a part of our history until we can embrace the unfolding mystery of the God presence that is within us all, each of us carrying the capacity and the mandate to reflect and to reveal the infinite in a way that only each and every one of us can do as unique emanations of the Most High God. And then there is success 3.0. Success 3.0 is built into my business plan, built into any endeavor that we are about, our faith-based communities, our business plans, our nonprofits, our GMOs, built into our way of being is a multiple bottom line that begins with purpose, goes along with people, planet, and then profit or prosperity or sustainability. But the bottom line in all of our endeavors must contain a dynamic purpose of how we're going to make a mighty difference on the planet this time in human history. Now let me stop for a moment and let you understand that there is a difference between the planet and the world. They're not the same thing. They're not synonymous. The planet is Mother Earth. It's beautiful. It's Gaia, 3/4 water, mountain ranges, rainforest. It's alive. It's a living entity. And then there is the world. The world is held together by a synergetic network of conversations that become agreements and perceptions. So everyone lives in a different world. You can stand on the same place, on the same planet, but be in a different world. And so we are here going inside and allowing for our world to be a world in which a dynamic purpose of possibility For every man and woman on this planet, every girl and boy, a world in which all needs are met. That becomes the world in which we live that then breaks forth on the planet at this time in human history and beyond. And so 3.0 carries purpose. It carries people. We begin to embrace whatever it is, our endeavor it is. People must come into the bottom line. How is what we're going to do affect people? How is this business going to affect people? How is this endeavor going to affect the people of the planet? And if it does not carry purpose and the people, it is not a sustainable model. And then there is the planet, the other P. So there is purpose, and there is people, there is planet, and then there is sustainability of whatever the endeavor is. 1.0, 2.0 carries only most of the time the very first bottom line, which is money, and oftentimes greed and unearned wealth that generates a great gap between the rich and the poor. And so we are here to embrace Success 3.0 as our narrative so that we do nothing without thinking about our purpose, nothing without thinking about the planet, nothing without thinking about the people on the earth, which drives us into a divine and compelling right action. Every single faith walk with spiritual practice carries an insight, a moment of insight through prayer, through meditation, through life visioning, through sacred service, through the embracing of each other. There must come a moment of a spiritual encounter in which what is birthed in our heart and soul is a dimension of compassion. And compassion is beyond mere sympathy. Sympathy says, I know how you feel. It goes beyond mere empathy. Empathy says, I feel for you. But compassion is a high form of love. Compassion says, how can I serve you? It's a deep and an abiding faith dynamic. And so with our spiritual practice, we're born into an ever-increasing awareness of compassion, which carries the vibration of those who are disenfranchised are not merely our brothers and sisters, they are us. It's an insight of unity and revelation. It carries the vibration that there's more than enough to share on this planet when we have the willingness and the vision to create the strategies and the systems and our hearts being a delivery system of divine compassion. It carries the vibration that each being on the planet carries the capacity and the potential and the great possibility of reflecting and revealing the great cosmos according to their unique pattern. There's not one throwaway in the bunch. There's no accidents on this planet. There's not too many people. The Spirit of the living God does not do do-overs, does not make mistakes. Every single being carries the dynamic frequency and the vibration of the Spirit of the Most High. And so they're not merely our brothers and sisters, they are us. And then we ask, and then we live in the question, the perpetual question, perennial question, how can I serve? That's what compassion leads us to. How can I serve? This is where compassion embraces our heart. How can I serve? And if we ask that question sincerely, whatever name you choose to call it, the grand universe, the great I am presence, the great God of the universe, Father, Mother, God, principle of ultimate reality, the presence that is never an absence, whatever name we choose to call this presence, if we ask the question sincerely on a regular basis, how can I serve? We will get an answer that will speak to us in a language and in a way that we can understand. And we will then be compelled into right action. For a vision without action is fantasy. Action without vision is chaos. So there must be both. We must carry the grand vision of possibility of every boy and girl having every need met. And then we must carry our action papers, our walking papers. How can we serve on a regular basis so our vision matches our action? And the kind and just global society that all faith walks have as a moment-by-moment revelation when insight occurs will download, will manifest, will come to earth, not by God, but by God through us. For individuals don't need to pray to God for a blessing. God is praying for us that we wake up and answer the call and make a mighty difference on the planet. we stand in this awareness. I give thanks for the invitation. Peace and blessings to all of you.